So, welcome to the first episode of ETS Entertainment Talk Show. Tonight, my guest is ArmagideonTime, and we're going to be talking about his channel, what he's going to be planning to do, his future Let's Plays, and possibly see if he's going to go back to Facade or Blinding of Isaac. So, ArmagideonTime.
First, let me give out a formal apology, as I was supposed to be actually on this show some time ago, but I kind of let things slide, and there was a lot of stuff going on, but excuses, I should have informed you beforehand about it, and I'm actually going to make it up to you with a Let's Play on my channel coming up next. That's going to be a game that this man requested himself that I play through.
Yeah, and like I said, I could either request Punch-Out or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Well, that's a pretty easy decision there, because I hate Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Well, you'd be dying a lot more in hit than you would Punch-Out, so...
I don't get that game. I mean, you're walking forward, for some reason everybody's trying to hurt you, you can't hurt them, and then you turn into Mr. Hyde, you start walking back the other way, and then lightning hits you, and you're dead, game over. And that's it.
What that is if you get, like, if Dr. Jekyll got, like, one step, and he turned into Mr. Hyde, that is as far as Hyde's gonna get. It's that one step. That's why the lightning bolt hits him.
But that's bad game design, man.
It's Bandai. I mean, the same people that brought us Galaga on the NES.
Hey, the same people that made Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on SNES, which is an awesome game.
Exactly. So they bring us a crappy tale of good and evil, yet awesome video games based on TV shows.
Mm-hmm. Licensing. It's a wonderful thing sometimes.
Yeah, and now they own Namco.
Yeah, Namco Bandai.
Yeah, so now they're going to be bringing us a lot more good games. So it's
probably a lot more Pac-Mans.
It's safe to say that Bandai has got this one locked away.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your opinion on the Wii U?
The Wii U, I want it because it looks great. I know it probably won't be as advanced as the Xbox 720 or whatever they're calling it, or the PS4 if they're calling that thing too, in the future, because the Wii U has plans of, don't they have plans of releasing it this holiday season? Or is it next year?
This holiday season.
Okay then. Because if they're doing that, I mean, PS4 is still who knows how far away, and the next Xbox or next Microsoft product, I don't know when they're doing that. But as for the Wii U itself, it looks great. The controller, kind of weird, but I can get behind it. It's just, can you imagine like an 8-year-old kid holding that gigantic tablet in his or her hand?
Well, it's got a stylus on it too, like the DS. But the one feature I found out that I like the best is it has video chat, you know, for me to you to talk to each other while we're playing the game. Also, if somebody comes in and says, you know what, I want to watch TV, you can hit the TV button and he'll switch the game off the TV onto your tablet.
Well, first, I could tell them fuck off. But I'm a nice guy, so I wouldn't. But yeah, like I really like that feature too, that you can go into another room, you can just keep the Wii on, or the Wii U on, and you can continually play your game right on your own little portable thingamadoo.
Yeah.
Gamepad, I guess they're calling it.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? If, like Zombie U, the game Zombie U?
Yeah.
The title of it kind of reminds me how, the N64 was with all its games, like Mario 64, Doom 64, Duke Nukem 64. Are we going to see a lot of titles that will have U at the end of it?
Just as long as it's not Quest 64, lest we forget.
Yeah, but I still say that if Konami took the Shikoden series and put it on the N64, maybe it would survive. in the RPG range.
Refresh my memory on the Suikoden.
Suikoden is a RPG by Konami back in the mid-90s. Started on the PlayStation. But...
You there?
Yeah. I thought you was going to say something.
Oh, no. I mean, the thing is, I never actually owned the PlayStation. That's the one system that I neglected, because back then I was more of a... I was like a Nintendo hardcore fanboy. Even though I owned a Genesis, I was more akin to the Nintendo products and, you know, damn you, PlayStation.
I owned the Genesis, and then the Super Nintendo had equal amount of games for both of them. Still say the Super Nintendo still had the head and shoulders over the competition.
Oh, yeah, by far. I mean, you know, Genesis did when Nintendo didn't. But...
Yep. And apparently it killed Genesis.
Well, no, it didn't really kill... There were good games on Genesis. There were a lot of good games. Unfortunately, there were way more good games on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, one good thing that Necro brought up back on Season 3 of his VMX show was that, the Genesis, it was trying to keep up with everything. Like, it had the Sega CD, the Sega 32X.
Well, yeah, those worked.
Instead of releasing them as a separate console and releasing their own library of games, focusing on that system, they still try to keep the Genesis alive till the Sega Saturn.
Yeah, they're keeping it alive on all these different machines. You know, it's and unfortunately they all tanked. Even though, you know, thanks to the glory of emulation, we can now play with those weird, quirky FMV games on Sega CD and those weird kind of blocky-ish games on 32X.
Yeah, but at least it didn't kind of bomb like the Jaguar. Atari Jaguar.
The Jaguar or the Lynx or anything else Atari tried to put out?
Yeah.
Or the CDI?
Yeah, it was better for Atari to stay software instead of going back into the console war.
Yeah, but even now, what are they releasing that's any good? I mean, I'm a little out of the loop these days with Vitero games.
Well, they lost the license to Dragon Ball Z. That was their main ship right there.
Oh, what a shame.
That's like THQ lost the UFC licensing.
Oh, what a bigger shame. I hope EA does well.
Trust me, EA does do well. I got Battlefield 3. It's a decent game. It's kind of like a Call of Duty game, but it's a little bit like above Call of Duty, even though a lot of the Call of Duty fans are going to be, oh, you're wrong, and this and that.
Yeah, man, Call of Duty's a big license these days.
Yeah, I got Mirror's Edge, a underrated game that is well deserving of a sequel.
That's what a lot of people say.
I've got, see what else I got about EA. That's about it. Those two games.
Well, from what I've heard on this show that I watch, EA now has the license to the UFC, right? Undisputed, whatever. 2013 or something.
Actually, it's going to be EA's MMA 2.
Oh. So it's not UFC anymore?
Actually, no, what it is, they have the rights to put UFC as one of the, one of the fighting outfits you go into, one of the companies you go into.
Okay, I get it now. But I think the thing was, in order for EA to break even, they have to sell 2 million copies. They have to sell 2 million copies of the latest UFC game just to break even, which is not going to happen.
No, because usually EA relies on a lot of its other franchises, like the Need for Speed, the Battlefield series now, Sims, SimCity.
Oh yeah, Sims is always big.
Yeah, they rely on other franchises instead of that one, that you're gotta be my franchise thing.
Here's an interesting question. Now that I'm thinking about The Sims, have you ever heard or seen anything about this game called Second Life?
My brother gets on it. It's like a online version of The Sims, except you could do anything you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder why Sims didn't break out into, The Sims Online, or like, I don't know if you can actually do that maybe with the PC version, but how Second Life is like huge and, it makes actual money. Like you can spend real money on there. I mean, my, one of my close friends, she has an account on there and she has like a job she goes to and everything. It's crazy.
I know it. I mean, The Sims, like I was telling my brother, the new Sim City's coming out next year, right?
What's it called?
Sim City.
Oh.
It's a reboot, and I've always said if you're going to reboot a game, always bring it back to its original title.
Like Punch-Out.
Like Punch-Out. Well, Punch-Out's basically just throw in stereotype boxers.
Mm-hmm. Punch-Out, which I will be playing on my channel soon. Thumbs up, everybody.
But like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like, from what I've seen when people playing the game, the new Mortal Kombat does look pretty nice. I haven't had a chance to play it myself, but I would like to get my grubby little hands on it sometime, even for just a playthrough.
You got PS3, right?
Yes, I do.
If you're going to buy Mortal Kombat for hit, buy the
Complete Edition?
The Complete Edition.
I saw it in the stores last week, actually. But I hear it's also really good on the Vita, and I'm thinking sometime down the road, I'd really like to have Mortal Kombat on the go. And I mean, if there's a game that's not only on consoles but also on the go, and it is just as good, you might as well get the one that you can take anywhere.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the Vita and, well, look at the Vita standpoint. The Vita costs us almost as a PS3 itself.
I know.
That's the 4G. Otherwise, you get stuck with Wi-Fi, which costs like the Wii did back when it first come out.
Alright, I couldn't care less about online play. Which would be the best system? Like, do I need the online crap so that I can